Welcome back to the Control the Chaos Mama podcast, where we do life and launch strategy to get those swirling ideas out of your head and finally out into the world where they belong. Today's episode is a really exciting one. It is about finding your thing by owning your story. And yes, I am not going to tell you that you need to niche or that you need to do one thing for the rest of your life, but I am going to give you some encouragement and the choice to take a couple minutes so that you could ask yourself a couple questions to bring yourself clarity at the next right step for this stage. I do think that it's okay for your business to evolve and for you to get more clarity and self-awareness as to what you want and what change you want to make in the world, and to pivot your business as frequently as you need to. That said, I do think that if you do these three things and really kind of zone in on who you want to serve and what change you want to make, that it will make it so much easier. So let's go. All right, so first what I want you guys to do is picture three circles like it's an overlapping Venn diagram. And yes, I know Venn diagrams usually only have two, but work with me here. So first I want you to brain dump all of your passions. This one should be easy if you're multi-passionate like me. So everything you enjoy doing. Yes, just all the crafting, all the, helping others. Like it can be anything that you enjoy doing, just dump it there. Do you like to draw? What is it you like to do? And then next I want you to brain dump in that next circle all of your skills. And so these could be things that are self-taught or that you went to school for or that you have a certificate. Maybe you have hyper-focused on the Enneagram like me and you read everything you could find. So I want you to just put all the things that are your skills there, okay? Now, this third bubble, everyone I feel like leaves out. And it's one of the most powerful bubbles or circles or part of this exercise that I think is so imperative. And that is your life experiences. We have this tendency to not value the things we've been through as much as learning something from, for instance, a course or text or school. And the thing is if you went through something and you are on the other side of it and you have made it through, then you can teach someone behind you that is about to go through that. And so it's almost like, let's say you're doing one of those mud runs. Not that I've ever done one. I did one little kiddie one maybe, but it wasn't real. It was like the kiddie version. Anyway, so let's say you went through this mud obstacle course and there was a certain way to get around it to where it was easier, and you turned around, and yes, I know this is a really weird scenario or example, but say you turn around to that person and you told them the shortcut. If you're able to give them to the other side, then do they care that you were a mud run instructor or a fitness guru? No, they just care that you were able to help them get to the other side. And so I want you to own your life experiences, and this is going to also help with owning your story. And so in the vortex or the center of all of those three circles is going to be the things that could probably make it to where you care enough about them to where you will be able to do it longer. And so out of all of those ideas, I kind of want you to think of, what is this providing the person? Am I helping with relationships? Am I helping with wealth? Or am I helping with someone's health? And so if you can kind of zone in to one of those core values, then that'll help you with the next step. And then I want you to kind of look at that full page or that full core value and think of, how can I make this go deeper? And if you can keep kind of tearing that down as far as you can, then you'll probably find something that could be your quote unquote niche, dare we say the word. But before you do that, I want you to unlock your story. And one of the things that I want you to think about is a story in your life, like something that kind of tore you down. This could be something that was your hard stuff. That's what I like to think about it. For me, I know that it could be a big life event, like losing my mom, or really it could be anything where it was this big momentous thing to where it really shifted your life. Because chances are it probably was something big for someone else too. And so they might not have made it to the other side of it. And so what is one of those experiences that you've had that could help connect people to you, so that whenever you talk or do your messaging, you can actually zero in on exactly where they are? I know that some people have called it the ice cream on the kitchen floor moment, or that dark moment, that where you were in misery or you were at your lowest. I want you to think of that and really kind of do this brain dump exercise where you can figure out or remind yourself, take yourself back there so that you can kind of figure out all the emotions and just all the things that are tied with that event. And then think of what did you do to get out of it? And yes, it does need to be something that you're probably on the other side of. I think that there is some honestly, some greatness in the fact of being in it with people. And some things, for instance, running a business as an ADHD entrepreneur, are going to be things that are going to constantly, I feel like, growing and evolving. So even if you are just teaching them those beginning steps of how you came from here to here, then I think that it adds value enough, okay, for you to start. And then I want you to think of the result that you want for that person and like who you would want to help. This probably is something that you would help for free. And so it needs to be something that ties to that emotion, right? Remember, you're on the kitchen floor, you're sad, whatever those things are, like you're tying it to emotion. And so if you can figure out that, then what this is going to do is it's going to take you back to that story. And I would like you to kind of own your story by mastering your story. Like think of yourself, like by asking you these 3 questions. All right, and here they are. So where were you before this happened? So where were you before? The next one is, what did you see? So what did you see that made you decide to get up, that gave you the hope, that gave you the desire for change? And then what you did. And what this is going to do is give people the path. It's going to help them to bridge the gap from where they are now and where they want to be. And you can fill in all of those individual steps to give them, whether that is a course, whether that is coaching, whether that is a blog that you want to write, whether that is anything, write a book. And what that's going to do is break it, just like in the last episode where we talked about the big picture and breaking it down into micro tasks. It's going to break that big change that you made from going from that moment to now. And it's going to break it down into those seemingly like micro tasks for people so that they can get their head around going from their low point to a better place where they see it in you. And this is where you are going to probably need to decide to show up with some vulnerability, because you're talking about an instance that was hard for you. And so whether this is some sort of injustice that you felt or something that you want to rebel against, this needs to be something that is powerful and that probably is emotional. And so people tend to really resonate with people being real and vulnerable and authentic. And I think this will attract your ideal person to you. It will make you feel like you are seen and heard, and you will feel like you have your people. I think once you find them and you have that validation of feeling like you are really serving and helping, it's going to help you to find your thing. But also know that your story and your experiences matter and that you are worthy, you are expert enough to take this next right step. All right, wishing you joy and abundance. I can't wait to see what you guys are coming up with. Come share it with me over on IG. And as always, if you found value in today's show, screenshot the show, share it with a friend, maybe leave a review if you feel called to do that. And let's just go and support each other over on social. Let's make it a positive place. My social over there is controlthechaosmama_ADHD. I would love to connect with you over there. And until next time, wishing you joy and abundance. Angel.